going on, family? What is going on, future grandbabies? Now, I know some people may chime in here and look at this and say, Rookie, how come you ain't sleeping? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I want it so badly. It's about 7:30 this evening right now, and I tell you, I wanted so badly to go back to sleep, but the Bike Life Commando had daddy duties, so I had to get up a little earlier than I wanted to, and I just ain't never went back to sleep. But I promise you that this phone that I have will be off today. Tonight. I will not pick it up. I ain't going. I'm going to sleep. Anyway, man, I wanted to talk about my road trip, man, a little bit. And let me tell you, rookies, if you are a rookie commando and you a first time rider and you try to go cross country, whatever, make some plans. Please plan properly. You know, I had what's going on, Mr. Coleman, my man. We talked. You know what I'm saying? You know, we basically have to plan because if you don't know, I had got a flat tire, and TD205 mentioned earlier that in one of my posts that I could have had a kit, I could have fixed that, but I did have a kit, right? I have a kit in the bag, but the problem was I could not locate the hole, and my bike is super heavy, man. So I kept trying to move it forward, inching it forward, inching it forward. I kind of just gave up after because I realized it was getting dark and I needed to get off the highway, and I had been riding about 500-600 miles, seemed like so, and I was only 67 miles from my mom's house. So I called the tow truck. That's how I ended up getting the tow truck. But you got to plan. If you've never been cross country, you got to plan. I'm telling you. And if you've never experienced, I don't know if they're Santa Ana winds. I don't even know what they call them. But if you're going across the desert, from Texas to Cali, right, in between New Mexico, Arizona, all that, right. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you never experienced that desert wind, that desert gust, I don't care how heavy your bike is. It's like paper to Mother Nature. It's gonna blow that joker left to right. It's gonna make you feel like you're sailing a little bit. I mean, there was one point I was riding down the highway. I was telling somebody I was riding in a straight line, and the winds were blowing, but I felt like I was leaning. I was leaning riding down the road on I-10. I was on I-10. I was riding, and I felt like the wind was blowing so hard that I was actually leaning. I felt like I was like get touched the ground with my knee. But I mean, that's a little exaggerated. But I mean, for real, I was leaning, bro. I was like, man, this is something. This is something very different right here, right? Which Tank? What's going on, Tank? Them winds ain't no joke. Feel like I am riding sideways. That's exactly how I felt, man. I felt like me and Casper, we were just sideways. But Casper was kicking it, man. They were running. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Shelly? And I tell you what, man. There was one time I was behind, and I had talked about riding behind and next to trucks before. And let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I might have been like think of semi trucks, but I might have been two or three trucks back. I was watching a truck in front of me get blown a little bit over the line. That's how strong those winds are. So you got to be very, very aware of your ride when you're riding down there, man. I'm telling you. Overall, though, I would have to tell you, there was a bunch of rainstorms. Shout outs to Cali, everybody, San Bernardino, down the South Coast, all that, man. I hope y'all doing well. There was a lot of mudslides, some rain. There was 2 days. It really affected my trip because my goal was really to spend the day in LA and kind of take my mom around or what have you. But the rains, it just kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it shook my boots a little bit because when they started showing video, ABC had video online where cars were being moved by the mud and all that and flooding everywhere. And I was like, wow, that's really bad. But then somebody shouted out and said LA wasn't that bad. But by the time I could get out of Phoenix, because Phoenix had rain, it was like bad rain. I was like, well, this is gonna kill my time with my mom and getting back. And I was on the schedule, so I had to get home. So I went, and that's right, Sherman. Hey, Sherman, check your cash app, man. I appreciate you, but I made it back. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know what I mean? So, and I ended up. I said, you know what? I'm too close to my mom. Was so close to Cali. I said I got to go see the state. So I went over, put my bike in the dirt. Man, figuratively, I went over there and saw a little bit of area. And if you didn't know, General Patton has a museum not too far. It was a couple of few hours away from the state line, but it's out. I forgot the name. Churrico, something like that. Churrico, California. I might be saying that wrong. I apologize. But yeah, there's one in Kentucky and there's one in Cali. So if you're a historian or a military person who likes history, you got some sites over there. But it's very nice, and it's just it's wild. It's a wild feeling to actually be able to say I went to California on my motorcycle. It's crazy. I never thought 18, 19 months ago I would be sitting here thinking about that. I bought Casper in December of last year, and we're about to hit December 17th to be exact, and we're about to hit December, and I already got almost 19,400 miles on that bad boy, and I traded in the lowrider with 16,974. So I mean, this year has been a crazy year. I bought the lowrider in July, and I ended up selling it just a couple months ago. And then, I also had the Casper. So I'm telling you, man, I've been riding, bro. I've been getting out there. It's very. I will say this, and I will say this to anybody who is looking to ride. Yo, man, just do it. Don't say you're gonna do it. Don't say you want to do it. The point of getting out and riding is a point that you have to make for yourself. Don't let me make your point. Don't let others make your point. For me, it's about finding peace, finding myself. You know what I'm saying? And it also teaches you something about yourself, man. It also teaches yourself. It teaches you what you're able to deal with. If you've never accomplished anything, outside of your normal life, it teaches you what you can deal with. Like some of us military folks, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, frat? My man Dominic down there, my frat right there. You know what I'm saying? One of those things that it teaches you if you've been in the military, right? Especially combat veterans. You know what I'm saying? You learn a lot about yourself. Being a veteran myself, I could tell you, I know I could do some things. I remember they put me in Kosovo, mud huts, sea huts, and mad mortarmans lobbing mortars everywhere. Bond Steel, who remembers Bond Steel? If you're a military person, you remember Bosnia and Bond Steel and all that good stuff, right? Anyway, the point is you don't learn what you're going to be able to deal with until you go through it. But this is a personal thing, like for you as a rider. When you get out there and you decide I'm gonna go, you don't even got to go to Cali. If you decide you're gonna ride to the next state and it starts raining and you ain't got no choice because you already 90% through the trip, do you keep going? Do you stop? How are you gonna navigate in the rain? Like these are things that you have to really, really put into perspective about what you're capable of. Harold, I see you, man. You hit me up. You got the number. Hit me up when you get here. You know what I'm saying? And it puts it in perspective what you can do as a person, and you'd be pretty surprised what you could do. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I got caught in the rain on my way out of San Antonio, and man, they got so much construction. If you've been in Texas lately, San Antonio area, there is so much constructions. They're building new bridges and byways and passes and all that. And I promise you this, when that rain came in, I knew it was coming in when I left the hotel. I said, you know what? I just threw on my suit. I threw on my wet weather suit. I just bump it, right? I got the Milwaukee leather rain gear. I just ripped the Velcro out, put that joker on, and rolled out. And I will tell you this, I've been in rain, but Texas rain is a little different. Especially when you're out in the desert, you know what I'm saying? Texas rain is a little different. I'm gonna tell you right now. So if you've been out in Texas, you Midwesterners out there, you got some different rain, all right? It's for motorcyclists, So, but it teaches you, I had to make a choice because I had a schedule to keep. I either keep going or I stay another day in the hotel. What do I do? So, I soldiered up and I decided to keep going because I took classes, I took training. I've been doing this for a while. I'm not gonna, I personally, I'm going to go. But I would suggest to those who are unable to make that call to err on the side of safety. That's, you do what you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what I do. Ride your ride. And if you're riding with people who are deciding they think they could go, listen, you're only as strong as your wink of sleep. You know what I'm saying? What's that, Tank? You said all rain is different when you don't want to ride in it. Facts. That's facts. I hate riding rains. I don't know if you see my Daytona videos, but I tell you, I talk about as I was getting ready to leave, it started raining. I said, you know what? I'm gonna hold on, right? It stopped raining. I rolled out 3 hours, got down there, right? Then on my way back, oh my gosh, that last day of Daytona, it was like a tropical storm. I don't know what happened coming up from Florida up into Georgia, right? So that was my first rainstorm I ever rode in, and I rode that one on a lowrider ST. Let me tell you, that was that crazy um it was like sideways rain from coming up through Florida. But that's how I felt about Texas. But the one in Texas though, it wasn't even sideways rain. It was going from this side to that side. It was like coming from all angles. It was like someone was throwing rocks on both sides of my bike. It was just that's how strong that rain was. Anyway, man, I want to give super shout outs to a lot of folks, man. I call it the leave no man behind list. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you are on it. So, but listen, if I forget to name you, know that it's not in my heart. It's in my head. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a lot. First, I want to name my brother Sherman E. Jack. You know what I'm saying? He was in here a minute ago. Sherman Jack 7251. Appreciate you. I made it home. So I actually refunded your money, brother. You know what I'm saying? So if you look on your Cash App, thank you so much for thinking about me, though. I super appreciate that. I definitely want to shout out the Lord Tigers group. You know what I'm saying? They help sponsor the ride a little bit, right? TD205. I got love for you. Bud, you know what I'm saying? Sensei from Ride Fit Nation. Harold C. Uh, 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 you know what I'm saying? Checked on me. We talked. Night Rider down there in Louisiana. People just checking in, man. I listen. I don't want to not mention people and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I totally don't mean that this. There was so many people that made sure I was on the good, being that this was my first from east to west, and I appreciate y'all checking in and calling, man. Donald, you know what I'm saying? Donald S. You know what I'm saying? Donald O'Connor, all of y'all. I really just appreciate what y'all did for me as far as keeping me. My man Hondo from Iron Bread, you know what I'm saying? Sensei's from Iron Bread, Hondo from Iron Bread. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, he full patched, right? Just recently. And so Hondo was checking in on me. Yeah, man, it was just a lot of y'all just made sure that I was up and at least conscious and focused, you know what I mean? And I really do appreciate that, man. Checking in. My man Edwin would send me a text. You know what I'm saying? My man Edwin, he up in there, up at the north side of the ATL. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Tank, what you say? My SC Four Corners, I tapped out and found a hotel. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Listen, my son, I just had a conversation with my son. He liked to box. I said, son, sometimes you got to take a tactical retreat, man. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? To take a tactical retreat. So I ain't mad at you for messing around and tapping out on that one, man, because I didn't want to be in the middle of the desert and having rain going sideways. I see my mom's in here talking about some rainstorm. Which, yes, mom, I see the emojis. Everybody, if you see Bap Diva, why you love me. That's my mom. Shout moms out for me. You know what I'm saying? She's a good host. Hook the brother up. You know what I'm saying? But I just had a great time. Suge from Iron Bread. I may know Suge from Iron Bread by face, but I don't remember the name off the top of my head. No, I can't say I know the name off the top of my head, right? I met VP, I met Prez, I met the Doc, right? Of course, I know Hondo Sensei, but I can't say I met Suge. I don't know everybody. I know Up Top. Well, I don't know Up Top, but I spoke to Up Top multiple times. So I do know a lot. I know a few members by phone and by a couple of engagements that I attended. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know everybody like that. But I'm still learning my way around the set. Well, anyway, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who participated, who showed love, who gave me some gas money, all that, man. I can't be more appreciative. And you know what I'm saying? Out there by myself, going, over almost 5,000 miles there and back. I found some things out about myself that mentally I needed to clear up, and I feel like I'm good, man. You know, he used to be the VP. I don't remember. I don't know him personally. But next time I'm around him, I'm gonna reach out because if my frat know him, I should know him. You know what I'm saying? So, and anyway, my frat is in here. Everybody, it's Kappa Lambda Chi. If you're a military member of any branch of service with honorable discharge, give us a look. Get online, Kappa Lambda Chi. You know what I'm saying? We do it big. We military fraternity, and the first and true military fraternity. By the way, I don't care what them rifle people be saying. You know, they're collegiate. We're not collegiate. We're military. You know what I mean? So anyway, but yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. And I thank you for everything that y'all did to keep me focused, checking in with me. I had people calling me almost every night. My man Shake and Bake, goodness gracious, you know what I'm saying? Shake and Bake, 76-year-old Vietnam veteran, still riding, just rolled back from Sturgis on a brand new 2025 Indian Pursuit. You know what I'm saying? Talked about, hey, next time, hey, we going to Galveston. He already planning my next trip. Talking about we going to Galveston to the Lone Star rally. That's like 14 hours from the house, so I might be down for that one. But my man is like checking in with me every day. Matter of fact, he checked with me in today. He even knew I'm home. He's like, how you feel? You know what I'm saying? I feel tired. That's how I feel. But I appreciate Shake and Bake for checking in on me. Man, let me tell you something. Everyone, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for what you do. Leave no man behind or woman. You know what I'm saying? If you out on that road and you got folks or you know one, check on them, man. Just make sure they good because sometimes the road play tricks on you. Before I get off, let's talk about the re-entry from Florida into Georgia coming up through Brunswick at 7:30 and 8 o'clock at night. Listen, if you a truck driver and you watching this, talk to your folks. Cause they was scaring the heck out of me out there last night. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. They was rolling. You would have thought they was late for dinner the way these folks was rolling last night. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, there was so many trucks out there. I know Commerce gotta go. But I'm like, goodness gracious, what are y'all bedding down for the night? There was so many trucks coming in up out of Florida into Georgia. Out there, I got on 95, man. It was just like a truck race. I mean, 2, 3 lanes just covered with trucks. I'm like, oh my God, let me go home. But anyway, you know, thank you to the truckers for doing what they do. Thank you for bringing my food. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But man, it was just so many people out, and you could tell it was a holiday season because every Chad coming in up through Florida was from Texas or Alabama or whatever. You know, not Alabama or Mississippi or whatever, coming up through Florida into Georgia, coming through Brunswick. And once you leave Brunswick in that little corridor, once you get to that last light, it gets pitch black. I'm telling you right now. It is special kind of dark. I said this once about Mississippi, so all you folks from Mississippi, y'all got some special dark. Whenever the light go out and that sun go down, it is a special. Find a place to stay for the night because vampires must be out there roaming. I'm telling you, it is straight dark, and that's how I felt leaving Brunswick. Like there was some vampires in Georgia just running in the woods, looking, waiting for me to break down. So mess around, go find yourself a place to be, or keep it moving, right? But it was special kind of dark, man. I don't know what it is. As soon as that light go, that southern sun go down, it just gets super dark out there. Well, anyway, man, I appreciate it. I've been enough in y'all ear. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy some of the videos, some of the shorts that I put out. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Dark in Mississippi, TD205. Shout outs to TD205. Check out his channel. You know what I'm saying? Harley Rider in the building. You know what I'm saying? And he got that 24. He just did a 10,000. What you did? A 10,000 mile review, I think, right? Yeah, man. So okay, I'm gonna do a review on this Indian too. We're gonna talk about this Indian. I went from Harley to Indian. You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm not a brand person. I like both brands, but right now I like my Indian. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that. But again, I want to thank everybody. Leave no man behind. Leave no woman behind. TD205, you definitely one of the generals in there. I appreciate that. And Harold, I appreciate that. You're definitely a general. You know what I'm saying, for doing that. All of y'all, straight up, got stars. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all with this. You know what it is. If you got a motorcycle in your garage, collect the dust, pull it out, dust it off, gas it up, and go enjoy the ride.